welcome back to Sharp 5 Coins channel. I'm here today and I'm waving my arms around in the air.
Like a squid or octopus. Hey everyone, it's Sharp 5 for Coins. Thank you for watching. I'm here with Quiet Kitty. And I've been doing this, well, not as long as many of you, but I'm a fast learner. And I've made enough mistakes to be able to share some words of wisdom. It is Wednesday Wisdom number 1. Now, I haven't been doing this as long as many of you, but I'm a fast learner, and I think I've made enough mistakes to be able to share some words of wisdom for new collectors. Now, note how I said collectors, not numismatists, not stackers, because I try to boil these tips down generally for anyone in the community who's just getting started out. But before we dive in, please take a second to like, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, hit that bell notification to get an alert next time I post a video or go live. So let's get into it. My first and probably most important word of wisdom is to share now, not a mistake that I've personally made, but I've heard about it destroying people. Don't buy coins or precious metals on a credit card. Now, even if you have a 0% interest credit card, it's easy to get too deep in buying precious items. You could wind up with a bill of thousands of dollars that you need to pay off over time. And then something is going to come up that might be a great deal that you have to buy in bulk. You might not have the credit for it or the money for it, or this possible investment purchase, you might not be well positioned to take advantage of it. It's not a good idea. And it's especially worse if you have a credit card that has an interest rate or some annual fee. I mean, the interest rate alone is going to eat away your profit potential down the line, even if you may not see it until later. I calculated that the average monthly increase in silver price since 2008 has only been 0.53%. Now, the APY on a credit card is going to eat that up in a heartbeat. So here's my word of wisdom. Buy with cash, make a cash budget and stick with it. Word of wisdom number 2. Don't collect without a strategy or a purpose in mind. Let's say you like United States small cent coinage. Cool, right? Buy cents. Like getting errors or completing a collection or picking OBW rolls up. I mean, whatever you want within that spectrum and budget, right? And when you're happy, kind of maybe move on to the next thing. Now, let's say you like cents and you like nickels. Okay, that's cool, right? But maybe you might need to narrow down the collecting strategy within those a little bit, or you are going to run the risk of doubling your costs. I mean, unless you have the budget for it or years of time to be able to do it, to get your goals in mind, you may not ever fulfill your collecting goals, so be careful. Now, if you wind up collecting everything, then you run the risk of running out of cash real fast, and then you'll have a hodgepodge collection that makes little sense. Now, I mean, if you're only a silver or a gold stacker, okay, then you're not necessarily collecting per se, and this is no offense. I mean, essentially you're hoarding, right? And that's fine. That's fine. But it is what it is. I mean, if you're hoarding to get that stuff at spot, cool, but don't expect to get much more than spot for it. I mean, unless you get lucky and you find some kind of rarity in your stack or something like that. But I wouldn't necessarily call it a collection, right? It's a bunch of stuff. Now, word of wisdom number 3. don't think that because you paid a certain amount for something that is what it's worth. Value is based on many factors, not just spot price, but also scarcity, the demand for the item, the buying population for it, the level of interest in it at that point in time, the selling medium, how you're selling it, and your own reputation as a seller. I mean, just because you bought something at one point in time does not mean you'll be able to sell it later at the same amount. So be ready, be prepared to take a loss on items if your plan is to resell it. Piggybacking off of number 3, it's so wise to keep a log of your collection. It might sound like a lot of work, but it's not that bad when you do it little by little, when you pick something up to write it down. I make a note of everything I purchase. Make a note of the thing's year, the mintage of it. Is helpful. Its mint, the estimate of grade, if it's raw, how much you paid for it, how much shipping was. Perhaps it might be a good idea also to include from whom you purchased the item and any other notes you might write down. Now down the line, it's going to be really helpful if you need to exit and you want to sell. You'll be best positioned to know whether or not that purchase was a sound investment. I mean, we learn by doing, right?
I'm Quiet Kitty.
And Quiet Kitty's here.
You should check out both channels.
For sure.
And I talk about cats.
I love that you talk about cats. Okay, last word of wisdom for today. Don't let your ego get the best of you. Now, this definitely goes for the error and variety hunters out there, but I think it works best for collectors in particular as well. I'm talking about wishing and wanting something to be true despite all evidence to the contrary. So, I have wanted that 1982D small date copper Lincoln cent. I wanted it badly, but each one I found was zinc. And the one copper I found that looked like it was a small date, it had something ding it. It had some post-mint damage that hit that too, and it was misshapen, and you know what? It stunk, but it is what it is, you know? And I learned as a result, and I'm better tooled to diagnose any future instances of that. Now, trust me, I also wanted to find that first edition Mystic the Unicorn Beanie Baby in a garage sale somewhere, but I haven't yet. I'm not about to try and convince myself that a double-sided hanging tag is a first generation. I'm not going to do it. So don't fool yourself. Deal with the reality of the situation, even if it means, you took a hit on a particular item. So those are my words of wisdom for now on this Wednesday Wisdom Day. Quiet Kitty, do you have anything to say?
Yes, I have a word of wisdom.
Please.
Oh no, my bandit fell. But this is what it is. I come in peace, I talk in peace. No bad words said, only good words said.
That's awesome. Do you want to give me an octopus outro?
No, I am an octopus. Goodbye. Wow.
Bye, everyone. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. This is Sharp Eye for Coins, and
we hope you survive COVID.
Yeah, for real. But hey, who are you?
Quiet Kitty.
All right, Sharp Eye for Coins and Quiet Kitty going out.